What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Let's fix this fucking camera. I just screwed it up trying to put it up there, make that shit square. So, today we're going to talk about something that is, I'm not going to say a hot topic. I think that most bodybuilders and people in the fitness industry are going to bury their head in the sand about this topic, and they're going to not really want to talk about it because they're in fucking denial, like deep denial that they don't want to believe. And many of them are at the stage in their life where they're young enough to where this is not going to happen to them, but I mean, it happens to young guys too, and that is things we do to our bodies, specifically with the anabolics and the other drugs. Not necessarily the bodybuilding lifestyle, not the training, not the diet, it's the fucking drugs. And the shit that we have nowadays, honestly, I feel is 10 times worse than what we had 20 years ago. It's so much worse. It's fucking not clean. There's all this bullshit from the black market that are loaded with fucking heavy metals and shit. Half the time you order one thing, you get something else. You don't even fucking know what's in the products anymore. Dave Palumbo had to come out with testing kits where you can actually test to see if the fucking drug you ordered is even in the fucking thing that you got, because it's not pharmaceutical anymore. It's some knucklehead making them in his basement and stuff. So it got really dangerous, and we do see the people, you know, that for years I looked at other guys and said, well, if that motherfucker's fine, then I'm fine, because that motherfucker's way out of control compared to me. And one of those guys was Rich Piana. I remember Rich telling me the things that he did and stuff, and I'm just like, well, if he's good, I'm good, because I haven't gone anywhere near the level of shit that he's done. Once Rich passed away the way he did, I really fucking sobered up quick with that shit. It was eye-opening for me, you know, because Rich was a close friend of mine, and to think that he was just fine, and I saw him a couple weeks before he died in Vegas, and, you know, he seemed okay. He felt good. He was slimming down and stuff. Like, it was too late. The damage had already been done to his body from the things that he did. Now, that's the way Rich wanted to go. I don't think he wanted to go that early, but he wanted to go out not being older. He had that idea in his head. But one of the things that I've always heard throughout the years is, where's the bodies? Where's the bodies? Where's the bodies? Where's the bodies? You hear that shit all the time, right? Now, unless it's a big enough name in bodybuilding, we don't really hear it. There are people like the individual that I had that woman come to me at the Olympia and tell me about her fiance that died from injecting whatever it was that he had ordered. He home brewed it, which happens a lot with this stuff. And he got infections in both his legs and died. His brother got infection in both his legs, and he wound up living because he got to the hospital fast enough. But if I didn't talk about that, you guys would have never heard about him. That's just one person that came to me and said, we need to get the word out because I didn't want him to die in vain. Like, his girlfriend or his fiance wanted people to know that this shit could be dangerous, right? So think about this. All these people that are not top-level bodybuilders, maybe they haven't even competed, maybe they have competed at local shows, they're not even national levels, you never hear shit about them, right? Unless somebody goes out there and starts promoting, like, my son died of steroids, like the things that were in the Bigger, Stronger, Faster movie and stuff. They talked about the kid that went on steroids, and then when he came off of them, he got depressed and killed himself. Unless somebody makes a big thing about it, you don't hear shit. But, you know, the whole suicide thing through depression is a different thing. I'm talking about people that are on this stuff that you think you're taking and it's not doing anything to your body, right? And again, we point at people and go, well, he's fine. Boston Light is another one that people point at, well, he's okay, so I'm going to be okay. Boston already has health complications. All right, he already has issues with his thyroid, and he's in such fucking deep denial. He thinks it's not from the steroids. All of a sudden, you became fucked up from pushing your body, and you don't think it's the things you're doing to it. He's young, his body regenerates. He's not fucking. He's living in denial. He's not in the real world. But where are the bodies? Where are the bodies? Well, more people would be dead. I'm going to give you some bodies right now, and I want you to kind of really pay attention to what the common factor is of all these. I have them up my laptop over here, and we're going to start with number one, Mike Matarazzo, right? Heart attack, age 47. Dan Puckett, heart failure, age 22. Scott Klein, kidney failure, 2003. Robert Benevante, I don't know how to say his last name, multiple NPC shows, wasn't even a pro in teen division, first place Southern States, heart attack, 30. Trevor Smith, who was actually a friend of mine, Nuclear Nutrition. Trevor was a great guy. Heart attack, 30 years old. Andres Mutzer died from multiple organ failure, age 32. Mohammed Benaziza, heart failure, 33 years old. Daniel Sacarici, or whatever it is, heart attack, 33 years old. Luke Wood, following kidney transplant, died of complications, 35. Chris Jenses, I think I don't know how you say it, undisclosed causes, 37. Art Atwood, heart attack, 37. Matt Duvall, heart attack, 40. Ed Van Amsterdam, heart attack, 40. Fanny Barros, died from a stroke, 41. Charles Durr, heart attack, 44. Anthony DeRezzo, a personal close friend of mine. Anthony did my first competition diet for me when I was going to be competing in the NPC. He was the first one. I think I was about 19 years old or 20 years old, whatever it was. I remember going to his house and sitting down with him. He was like this. He was like Dave Palumbo. He was 300 pounds. He was fucking huge. He was ripped. He was known as the guy in our area that was just a fucking monster. Everybody looked up to him, but he was the nicest fucking guy. He looked like King Kong, but he was like this fucking big teddy bear. Super nice guy. I loved Anthony. Heart attack the night before a contest, age 44. The age I am now. He was at Masters Nationals the night before the show. He had a pose in his hotel room, had a fucking heart attack and died right there. They took him out on the stretcher. He was already dead, but they had the oxygen mask and stuff on him anyways. Kovacs, we all know him, died of heart failure, 44, same age I am now. Ron Tufel, liver failure, 45. Hans Hopsgain, heart failure, 45. Frank Hillebrand, heart attack, 45. Alex Azarian, Alex was a friend of mine. We were members on a message board called Professional Muscle together. Great guy, really knew his stuff with diet and stuff like that. Undisclosed causes, age 45. Ray Menser, kidney failure, 47. Nasser El-Sambadi, complications of heart and kidney failure, 47. Don Ross, heart attack, 49. Mike Menser, heart complications, 49. Don Youngblood, heart attack, age 49. Stoliv, is that how you say it? It says 1 week after placing second national show, he died. Doesn't say what he died of. Terry Harris died heart attack, age 50. Ed Kowak, heart attack, 51. Vince Comerford, heart attack, 52. Greg Rocky Deferro, I remember him from way back in the day. Heart disease, 53. That's 31 pro bodybuilders. And, well, tour bodies at national level, 31 right there in the last, I don't know how many years, that have died all from the same fucking things. There's two things that stand out. Number one, heart attacks, okay? Heart attacks. Number two, kidney problems, kidney failure. Now, what many of you don't fucking understand is the kidney failure and the heart attacks most times are caused by high blood pressure. Something that many of us don't check. I know I didn't for the longest period of time. It absolutely is the silent killer whatsoever, however you say it, the silent killer, right? That's what they call it. Your blood pressure can be high, can be destroying your fucking kidneys and destroying your fucking heart, and you don't even fucking know it. These guys didn't even know it. They had symptoms, but chalked it up to contest prep, being too big in the off-season, eating too much food, changing their drug cycles around, not enough sleep, whatever the fuck. And Rich Piana's name isn't even on here, and Dallas McCarver's name is not even on this fucking list. As well as other people throughout the fucking years, like Curtis Leafler. Like, there's a lot of fucking people that I can name that are not even on this fucking list, that those numbers go up and up. Where are the bodies? They're right there, guys. They are right in your fucking face. And this is not even including people that are not bodybuilders that have taken steroids and all these other anabolics that have fucking died from heart attacks and kidney failure, most likely due to high blood pressure, but it's the same fucking thing. Hypertrophy of the heart, you wind up having a fucking heart attack, and your kidneys get fried. There are so many bodybuilders, Flex Wheeler, little fucking, oh man, the dude from 5%, I'm drawing a blank, my little buddy from 5% just had a kidney transplant. Phil Hernan, my coach and really close friend, waiting for his kidney and liver transplant right now. We have my friend Steve Reeves, who I grew up with, had one kidney transplant, he's waiting for another one. And I'm sitting there and going, the list goes on and on between the kidney transplants. We have Tom Prince, kidney transplant, or if he didn't have the transplant, he had to bounce right the fuck out because of that stuff. We have other people that left and right have had problems with the kidneys, had them transplanted. If they didn't have them transplanted, they died. Derek Anthony is another one, the kidney problems. Flex Wheeler, I don't know if I mentioned Flex Wheeler, had the kidney transplant, right? All these fucking guys who push the envelope all wind up having these fucking issues, and it shows up later on because it does damage slowly, and you don't feel it till you're really fucked up. So as you're taking this shit and you're young, you're like, fuck Flex Wheeler, who cares? Fucking Greg Kovacs, who cares? It's not going to be me. These guys were way more fucking genetically blessed than most of you watching this right now. Most of you blasting all these fucking anabolics are nowhere near genetically as healthy as these motherfuckers. Just genetics alone and epigenetics. You guys are nowhere near them. They're fucking light years ahead of you. They're still fucked up. You're just not at that age yet. You just are not at the point where your body just cannot fucking recover and you have fucking worn out your kidneys and heart and you're fucked. So for all the people out there, where are the bodies? They're out there, guys. They're just not fucking reported. And I know some other people that didn't want their stories reported because they don't want to look like an asshole after they were dead, which is really fucked up because they knew they did it to themselves. They'll flat out tell their loved ones, please don't tell them because of this. You know, I don't think it's because of that. It's because of something else. They'll lie when they're dying to their loved ones so their loved ones don't think steroids did it. Literally. Because they don't want people that like steroids to get a bad rap. I'm like, dude, if you're fucking dying due to complications of fucking steroid use over fucking 20 years, why the fuck would you not want to warn people? Like, it's become this secret thing because your legacy, like, people are so egotistical. They don't want their legacies fucking destroyed. I think Luke Wood, I don't think he was really on here either. Was he on here? Did I mention him? Maybe he was on there. He was another one that fucking, I mean, just, I'm reading these things going, holy shit. Didn't dawn on me until I saw the names lined up and think about the people that weren't on there. Like, holy fuck. So, guys, listen to me. I don't care if you do anabolics. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't care if you do androgens. I don't care if you party. I don't care if you compete, you don't compete. It's all your choice. Just be aware that this stuff done beyond a certain point is going to fuck you up. Like, when you're taking it now or when you're older, whatever the case may be, it is doing damage to your body that you don't know about. I promise you. I'm telling you right now, it is doing damage that you won't find out till much later. And then you're going to try to rationalize shit like a lot of these people did. A lot of these guys died when they could have survived by going off this shit. These guys could have gone off stuff and fucking taken care of their bodies and took care of themselves long before this fucking shit happened. But in their heads, they're rationalizing everything. It's not the steroids, it's not the steroids, it's not the steroids. There is no coincidence that all of these motherfuckers have died of heart attacks and kidney problems. All right? That's not a fucking coincidence. That's not a, well, they all had genetic heart problems. No, they didn't. Okay? These motherfuckers were healthy as fucking horses when they were younger, and all of them died of the same fucking shit. Now, you could say, well, Jared, people that age die of heart attacks. That's true. But how many of these athletes that are working out and taking care of themselves, right? They should be the epitome of health. They're eating right. They're working out. What's the common factor other than working out and eating right? They're taking fucking steroids. That's the one that fucking undoes all the other shit. And what happens is you get to a certain point where your body's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. It just can't. And it fucking gives you some warning signs. And if you don't listen to them, you fucking keep rationalizing shit, you will fucking die. If you listen to them, you might have a fighting chance. You might be able to reverse some shit or at least stop it dead in its tracks from continuing to get worse over time. But guys, I'm telling you right now, like, there wasn't a bigger eye-opener in the world for me than Rich when he passed away. There just wasn't. When I got word that he had fallen and hit his head, like, you know, actually Greg Kovacs was the one that actually called me and told me about it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, he goes, yeah, Rich passed out and hit his head. And I thought, well, he passed out. Like, was he tired? Did he get off a plane? His blood pressure was fucked up. His blood sugar was fucked up. Like, what was going on? He had a heart attack. He had a fucking heart attack. When I found that out, I said, holy shit. Like, he knew his heart was enlarged. I myself was told by a doctor 10, 15 years ago that my heart was enlarged from the growth hormone I was doing. They told me not to go near growth hormone. I was in the hospital with pneumonia. When I left that hospital, you know what I did? I took a shot of testosterone and growth hormone. I didn't listen to doctors at all. They told me back then. Like, I got a warning back then and continued doing it. Nah, it's not going to affect me. It's not going to harm me. And I'm so far, knock on wood, I've been lucky. This doesn't mean I'm going to be lucky in the future, though. I could wind up right like one of these fucking guys. And before I do, I'm going to put this fucking shit out there to the young guys that, look, I was you. They were you. We were all you one time. We were invincible. We were all thinking we were fucking Boston Law. Like, we could load up on all kinds of shit. It's no big deal. There's no harm in the body. That's fucking ignorance. Remember, knowledge, which is what Boston has, wisdom is what I have. Knowledge, you read that shit from a book. You make shit up sometimes to have knowledge. It's not real wisdom. Wisdom is what you've been through, you've seen, and you can explain to someone, this is what happens over and over again. You know. You're not thinking because you read something or you hope to believe that it's true. Like, Boston likes to hope to believe it's true. He's not looking at the fucking actual data and the bodies that are there. And then when he does, he thinks it's not going to be him. Oh, it's not going to be me. I'm smart. Boston, you're not smarter than these motherfuckers. You're just not. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not smarter than anybody else who sticks a fucking needle in the ass for any prolonged period of time that thinks they're going to be okay. It's just not. And it's frustrating because it is an addiction. It is an absolute addiction. There's no way these guys here were going to go off that shit. There just wasn't. They identified with being the bodybuilders. Their whole identity itself was being a big person. And then, you know, being an IFBB pro and Olympia champion, all these things, that was their identity, right? That was who they were. And when you stop doing that and you shrink down, you're no longer that person. Kind of. Like Dorian gets it. Levrone gets it. Sean Ray gets it. These guys get it. You know, but the guys that didn't, unfortunately, are not here anymore. And it's not a fucking coincidence, and it's not by chance. It's by design. These things will fuck you up. If you're doing them now, control your fucking blood pressure. Pay attention to it. Don't fucking act like it's not there because you don't feel bad. You don't feel high blood pressure. All right, when you feel high blood pressure, you're fucked. I used to be able to hear my heartbeat in my ears and see boom, 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 boom. Things would shake. That's how high my blood pressure was at one point. When you're there, you're in danger. Okay, don't wait till you get there to be like, oh, well, now I should do something about it. Get your blood pressure checked, get on track, and hopefully you don't wind up a statistic like these guys on this list. You know, every year we have the Deadpool in many of the forums. They try to pick who's going to die next. Right? And every year they look at these guys who look super unhealthy. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of these Deadpools may not have been that year. Within a couple of years, these motherfuckers are dead. Like, you can tell just by looking at them, the way they walk around, the way they breathe, all this shit. And it doesn't have to be that way. Now, mind you, if that's your fucking goal, you're like, look, I don't care if I fucking die. There's a pro bodybuilder, okay, that has had health issues. I'm not going to say his name. He was at a show. He had to pull out of a show because after all the diuretics, he was still retaining water. His kidneys were not functioning. He was fucked. Goes to the hospital. They told him basically, like, dude, you're shut down. That's it. Like, you're done. Like, you're fucked. Looked at his coach and said, I'll never be done. Bodybuilding saved my life and gave me a life. I'll never stop doing this. Fuck it. That motherfucker will die big. He'll die soon. It doesn't fucking matter. He doesn't care. Rather than get smaller and people look at him as not as cool or don't pay attention to him as much or give him less respect or whatever, he has to fucking stay big in order for that to be his reality. If he didn't do that, he feels like he wouldn't have anything. Just like Rich, he's identifying that. Rich said he had to be the mutant, he had to be the freak, he had to be everything, or people wouldn't like him anymore. They wouldn't love him anymore. Now, C.T. Fletcher is the perfect example of that. These guys are wrong. All right, C.T. Fletcher himself, when he had that other heart attack, I think it was second or his third heart attack before he got the transplant, he couldn't go to expos and stuff. And there was one, he was at the LA Fit Expo before he got the heart transplant. I went over to see him, and he called me over. He goes, Terry, come here. So you stand up on the podium with him, right? And there was everybody, they stopped the line was waiting, and he goes, come here. He puts his arm around me, and he leans over, and he goes, look at this. And he points, and he goes, all these motherfuckers are here to see this old man. He goes, there ain't a goddamn muscle on my body, and they're still lined up. Wow, that is crazy. How do you think about that? Wow. And I was like, it's because they love you. They don't love your muscles. They don't give a shit if you curl anymore or bench press. They go, fuck. They just love you for who you are. We loved Rich for who he was. Plain and simple. Right? That's all there is to it. Like, Rich could have been 190 pounds after a while. We would have been like, I remember when he was huge. I was awesome. But Rich has got the knowledge. Rich has got the personality. We love the way he's honest. Right? We loved him for him. Yeah, we like to look the physique. But if Rich said, I wanted to fucking slim down so I don't die at an early age, I don't think any of us would have had a problem with that. Matter of fact, he might have influenced people that were big to get off shit and come down too. He might have influenced people that may be having health complications and dying early all right now. He might have influenced them to help them and save their lives. It might have been the exact opposite of what fucking he thought was going on. So, I don't know, guys. Like, it's 2020 now, and I know this year just began, but we're going to lose some people, obviously. That's just how life is, but losing people to their own accord because mentally they're not strong enough to be themselves and they identify as this larger-than-life character that they've created is a very sad state of affairs, and it's all on the individual. The eye of the beholder, man. It's all on the individual and what they want to do with their lives, but just be aware that I was there too, and you don't have to be that massive person. You don't have to, it's cool if you want to do that. Go do it. When you're young, go out there cranking out, but as you're starting to get up there a little bit, if you're having complications or, having symptoms and shit, it's time to reassess shit because you're not going to be here very long if you keep fucking around. And those are the signs that are telling you, cut the shit. If you rationalize them and just fucking brush them away, you're going to wind up on the ground like these guys. And I'll be reading this list. Your name could be on the list. BodybuildingTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. But don't fight. BodybuildingTraining.com is the blog. It's the Think About It bicep. And we are out.